Sports reporter Nick Walters is hanging out with fans in Toshiba Plaza, and he joins us live right now. What's up, Nick? How are you doing?
Well, down 3-1 in this series, it's no secret that the deck is stacked against the Golden Knights. So will we see Vegas fold their cards and see their season be flushed away, or will the Knights put all their chips on the table and beat their rival Oilers 3 times in a row to keep their season alive? It's going to be a hard task, that's for sure. The Knights are jumping back in the ring with their backs against the ropes. After dropping games 1 and 2 on home ice and splitting their 2 games in Edmonton, the VGK are staring at a 3-1 series deficit. Vegas has struggled with slow starts, allowing the Oilers to jump out to a 2-0 lead in both road matchups. And the VGK went 0 for 5 on power plays in their last 2 games. But now they're back on home ice, and it's do or die. The stakes are the stakes. And head coach Bruce Cassidy tells me a pep talk is not necessary.
They know it. They know what's on the line. If they need me to walk in there and give them a rah-rah speech, then I think we're in trouble. Listen, we got to play harder and we got to play better for longer periods of time. And it would behoove us to be the better team in the first 10 minutes, because if we get going and get to our game, it'll give us confidence. We'll feel good about ourselves. And as I said, maybe it creates doubt in them that, oh, you know what, well, I'll save it. I'll save it for the next game so that we can get it done at home. Now all of a sudden you got one in the bank, and that's how it starts. So that's a bit of the messaging.
4 players missed morning skate today due to maintenance, all of whom game-time decisions, including Captain Mark Stone, Braden McNabb, Alex Pietrangelo, and Braden Saad. Now the Knights are 3-5 all-time in elimination games and 3-2 when facing elimination on home ice. And this is a man who needs no introduction, Dave Goucher, Golden Knights play-by-play broadcaster. Dave, you've seen these elimination games for the Golden Knights firsthand. What's going to be crucial for them to keep their season alive?
Yeah, I think, Nick, for them, some of the guys that were big reasons they got to this point, some of their top scorers in the regular season, some of the guys that did damage in the first round, they need to find their game. And you'd also like the Golden Knights to play for the lead. They've had this habit of falling behind in the last 3 games. Didn't cost them in game 3, but it did in games 2 and 4. So hunger, desire, passion, all those words, they're all apropos for this game tonight.
Well, we saw 3 straight wins last series. Really short, Dave. Where's your confidence level at?
Well, it's high because of the crowd and the atmosphere in this building. It's a veteran group. They've done this before, and I know they think they can do it again.
Awesome. Well, you can catch Dave on Vegas 34. We appreciate your time.
You got it, Nick. Anytime.
Right. We'll have more preview coming up on Channel 13 at 6. But guys, I'll send it back to you.
There, guys, what is the energy like?
Well, fans out here, at least the Golden Knight fans, they're pumped up, but understandably a little bit nervous because the Golden Knights are back on home ice for what they hope isn't the last game of their season.
Right, there wasn't much home ice advantage their last time out, dropping both games to the Oilers, and now they're playing for their season from here on out in the second round, Nick. They have to win 3 in a row. It's an uphill battle.
Well, if you've watched the Knights lately, you know that the Golden Knights have looked more like the Bronze Knights as of late, and that's why they're trailing this series 3-1. Now, the last time the Knights were at the Fortress, they lost 5-4, falling down 2-0 on the series. The Knights won Game 3, 4-3, with Riley Smith's game winner inside the final second of regulation. But that couldn't vault the Knights to a Game 4 win. A shutout 3-0 as the Vegas offense sputters. At morning skate today, with posters of good luck and hope lining the boards, the Knights said that they have higher stakes the better their game needs to be. Play with a sense of urgency and even desperation with their season on the line tonight.
Not a position any team wants to be in. So understanding the desperation factor, obviously, and understanding what we have to do. I think looking at last game, take a few things away from it. A few positives, obviously probably more negatives than we would like, but that's the swing of playoffs, and understand what we did wrong and try to correct it.
1 game at a time. We don't want to think too far. I think that's the mentality right now. I mean, you look back at the last series, we won 3 in a row, right? So it's a big challenge in front of us, but like I said, take it 1 game at a time, 1 shift at a time, try and impose our game from the start tonight. Just wanted more than they wanted.
It has to be, even before we get on the ice, obviously having that mentality and again, furthermore, understanding the situation that we're in. Not necessarily do we need to play different. We understand what our game looks like. We understand what it looks like when it's at 100%, when we're playing fast, when we're playing physical. We understand what that picture looks like and what those results look like. The games that we've played well in, and I thought we've done a good job of that. But again, you can't hang your head on that, being down 3-1 in the series. So understanding that it's going to take full 60 to beat a good hockey team.
Just win your battles from the first shift. Like I said, impose our game, play the way we want to play. you don't want to take bad stuff, bad penalties or stuff like that. You just want to play your game and stick to it.
Some notable names were missing from morning skate. Mark Stone, Braden McNabb, Alex Pietrangelo, and Brandon Saad, all of whom ruled as game-time decisions tonight by head coach Bruce Cassidy. And now, Taylor, the Golden Knights all-time are 3-5 in elimination games, 3-2 when that is on home ice like they're on tonight.
Right, and with higher stakes, that means that the trash talk is also heating up off the ice. And we've seen all week, there's a bit of a billboard battle going on. People are bringing that trash talk to the streets, and boy, Las Vegas Bar Parkway Tavern brought 165 signs across Edmonton trolling Oilers fans, and now Edmonton's firing back. A new billboard just went up in Vegas, paid for by the Canadian Brew House. It reads 3-1. The odds are in our favor. Go Oilers. Golden Knights fans really were not happy about that, Nick. Not one little bit. But the odds right now are in the Oilers' favors. The Golden Knights have to lock in for 3 straight games. Yeah,
you got to love the playoff pettiness, and there's going to be tensions on the ice just like there have been off, at least between fans. But the Golden Knights need to lock in right now and play with that hunger, that drive, and even desperation with their season on the line.
Absolutely. And, you know, fans love this stuff. They love getting petty. And so I wanted to hear from them what they would put on a billboard. Check it out. What would you put on a billboard?
Go home, eh?
Probably going to be inappropriate.
Eichel's better than McDavid.
They're going to win Game 5. They're going to win it all.
There's too many of you here. Why are you here?
I don't know what to say about the Golden Knights fans other than just to hang on and put your seatbelt on, because it's going to be a big game tonight.
Well, obviously, the Golden Knights will be looking for better results than they've had in the first 4 games of this series, dropping games 1 and 2, then games 3. That was Riley Smith's game winner, dropping game 4, being shut out. And, of course, the last time they were on home ice, it was that overtime loss with a controversial no call on Braden McNabb. And now here we are, where the Knights need to rattle off 3 straight wins to keep their season alive, Taylor.
I can't stress this enough. Anything can happen. It's playoff hockey. We saw that with Riley Smith's game winner. So if you're a Golden Knights fan, stay in there, root for your team, root for them loud, but you can catch all the action, Nick, from tonight. We're going to be back with a post-game wrap.
That's right. Will Season 8 continue, or will it end tonight? We shall find out, but you'll have your recap. We'll hear from the team tonight on Channel 13 at 11. Enjoy the game.